And this time they like to chat, cook, and pray a lot. Oh, chat, cook, and pray. Oh, chat, cook, and pray. Oh, chat, cook, and pray. Oh, chat, cook, pray. And lots of fun. Today's on Facebook Live at 1. You'll never know what will happen. Lucy and Ethel are at it again. Whoa, cook and pray. Oh, chat, cook and pray. Oh, chat, cook and pray. Oh, chat, cook, pray. Amen. Oh. We wanted this to stop. Oh, chat, cook, pray. Amen. Woo!
Well, that was.
Oh my gosh, that was fun. Hey, you all, we're so glad to see you. But
Oh, yes.
I do want to tell you, this is taped, and it's going to be shown. In fact, you're watching it now as a taped show, not live. So I will be watching it with you. This one's going in for a surgical procedure, and so she's not really here today. I mean, she's here now.
Well, that explains why I sang the prayer too soon, right?
So, but she won't be here on the 15th when this is being shown. So just know I'm watching it with you, and you can still make comments, and I will type comments back to you. I won't be able to stick my mug in front of the camera and say anything because we are pre-taping this because I wanted to make sure we didn't miss a cooking show. Marty wanted to be here to cook for you. So that's what we're doing, and it's going to be great. So anyway, it's good to see you all today. Marty's doing a dessert.
A millionaire pie.
A millionaire pie. So
Yes, only the best for you.
thank you. So that's what you're going to be seeing. And so this time, there's really not much history to do on a millionaire pie.
No.
So when we get done with the pie, which won't take very long, we're going to show you some pictures of Bethel's history. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. So I'm going to scoot on out of here, and Marty's going to start the millionaire pie.
Oh, if you could do one thing for me.
Yes.
On the table back there, I have left the sweetened condensed milk.
Well, and that's part of this big recipe.
Yes, it's and a very important part of this recipe.
Yes.
Oh my, that would have been.
Oh, here it is, just the one can?
Yes, one can will do it.
Okay.
And there's an interesting story about this little can of sweetened condensed milk. I was going to do another recipe and practice it at home. And when I opened the can of sweetened condensed milk up, it was really condensed.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it out of the container. And
Well.
so I proceeded to go to Aldi's to buy it and another item I needed. And I got to Aldi's and it was $1.59 a can. So when I was at Hy-Vee, I looked at their cans of it and, oops, it's stuck.
There.
Their cans of it was $1.99 for the store brand. I thought, okay, well, I'm glad I bought it.
So look
Well,
at that.
today, oh, this is so much better than what I had at home.
Here, throw that lid in here.
Well, there's still good stuff on it. Don't you want
Are
to
you
lick it
going to
off?
lick it? Yeah, so we walk around with cut tongues.
Well, I would probably do that if I was at
Yeah,
home.
there you go.
But anyway, when I was at Walmart this morning getting some candy for Pastor Karen,
Yes.
I looked at their price of the sweetened condensed milk and it was $1.12.
Wow.
So, you know me, I had to buy another can. Heaven forbid I not get a bargain.
Heaven forbid you not get a bargain. And so
Yeah.
that can that you bought for $1.12 will probably sit there for several years
No,
and
it's
get
this one.
condensed again.
It's this one right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
the
this
other one. Don't
No,
put-
I've got some other recipes I
Okay.
want to try, and
Okay.
they called for sweetened condensed milk. I actually, what I was using the sweetened condensed milk for was to make Randy some ice cream.
Uh-huh.
And so anyway, I went ahead and, this is really bad, I went ahead and used the can that wasn't quite so,
Oh. But you couldn't tell.
Well, the only thing you could tell is it had more of a caramely taste to it, I
Yeah.
guess. And I didn't eat the stuff, he did.
I
And
see.
he's still alive, so.
Yeah. Good thing it's not live today, because he'd be commenting right now.
Yeah, and he probably won't be commenting. He'll comment all right, and it won't be a nice one. No, he knows.
You know what else you can do with sweet condensed milk? And I learned this, I don't know if it was college or what. Somebody told me how you can make caramel.
Caramel's Randy.
And you do it in a boil, you put the
Yeah.
can in boiling water
Oh, yeah.
for
I told
15
Randy.
minutes or something, and then open it on both ends, and
Yeah.
you push it out, and it's caramel.
Well, that's about what this stuff was
and it's
like.
the best stuff.
This stuff was about like that. So anyway, I have my sweetened
Condensed
condensed
milk.
milk, and I'm going to add to that, this is super easy recipe. I'm going to add a 20-ounce can of drained pineapple. I
Drained
drained it at
pineapple.
home because I knew we didn't, our kitchen here has some limitations.
That's right.
You know,
Oh
and then
my
I'm just gonna
goodness.
mix
See,
this
that
in.
just looks good by itself.
It is, trust
I-
me. You know me. When I made it at home, there's no one
So
watching
this
me.
is a Hawaiian pie.
Well, kind of. You know, you liked pineapple, so.
I do.
But anyway, I really like
We
this one.
should have put up our Hawaiian backdrop.
Oh, it's back
It's
there.
back there behind this one.
And then 5 tablespoons of lemon juice. And it said in the recipe that this was really important to use all 5 tablespoons
Tablespoons.
because it wouldn't set correctly without it. So I
Right.
don't know. I didn't argue with people over their ideas.
Yeah.
Anyway, now the pineapple story is a little interesting. I went to the store to get crushed pineapple, and Aldi's only had tidbits. So, okay.
Yeah.
So I went to Hy-Vee, and I get a can of crushed pineapple, and I got home, and I was looking at my receipt, and it says pineapple slices. And I go, well, they must have it wrong in their computer. And I looked at the can that I picked up.
You picked up the slices.
You know, those masks when you went into the store, you just can't see a thing. So anyway, I had to go back to the store
Oh
and
my
get a
gosh.
can of, I went to Price Chopper because I thought if I'm not capable of getting crushed pineapple at Hy-Vee, I'll try a whole different store. And now, this is maraschino cherries, and they don't come like this. I chopped them up
And
myself.
put them back in the jar.
Yes, I put them back in the jar.
Oh my goodness, this is already looking good.
Oh, you know, actually, this would probably be good just eating it right out
Oh
of the
my
pan.
gosh.
Yeah, this is really good. Ah. All right. And then we're gonna stir that in. Ah, this is my favorite. One of the frozen pies that I've tried.
Oh, it's got, so then we'll put these in the freezer.
Yes. Or,
Okay.
you know, I know you'd wanna just eat the,
I do, but
Oh,
I will wait. But you have a pie that you brought a couple pieces that is frozen, right?
yes, I did.
Okay,
I did.
very good.
I'm sure
I'm
Randy.
missing your all's comments, so when we're watching this together, start typing in comments and I'll type stuff back
Yeah,
to you.
because I don't want you to be lonely without
I
me here to
know.
entertain you.
I won't, it'll make me sad.
And then I'm adding in the
Coconut.
The coconut, but I'm trying to see how much interesting. I combined a couple different recipes. This one didn't call for coconut, but I like the coconut in so I put in a cup of coconut.
Oh, you all do what you like. When Marty sends out a recipe, you just have fun with it.
Yeah, this one I like the coconut in it, so I'm putting coconut in it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add in a half a cup of nuts. Well, I kind of like nuts, and these are pecans, and
So you made more than a half a cup.
of course I did.
I know you did.
Well, I thought they were really good in there before, so
Yeah.
I thought more the merrier. All right, now we just stir that up and mix that
Wow.
up. Oh, no. I think, you know,
It looks delicious.
it is. If you just, you know, here I'm going to be nice and not lick my fingers, but at home I took a spoon and ate some of it. It was really good. And now we're going to take the 12 ounces. Now this is a 16-ounce container, but don't worry, It really is 12 ounces.
You took some out.
I took some out. I used it from the other pie.
Okay, so you put the Cool Whip in the mix. You don't do it on top of the
No,
mix.
you put it right in.
Right in.
Just stir it right in.
My goodness.
Just stir it in. This is really getting good now.
Yes, it is. I'm ready.
I think
to
it's going to almost
dive
be
in.
healthy. You know, it's got nuts and pineapple. Aren't those
That's
good for
right.
you?
Fruit. It's got your dairy products. It's got your fruit.
Yeah.
It's
kind
got
of
your
almost a-
protein and nuts.
Yeah, I think it's a balanced meal.
I think so too. And then it's got the cherries that just add that little bit of zing.
Zing, zing. And we'll just keep,
Keep
This makes a lot.
folding it in. Yes, it does make a lot.
yeah, makes an awful lot. Look at that.
I'm telling you, it looks pretty darn good.
Oh, and for our lunch today, I brought us a Lunchable.
I'm still full from breakfast
Well, that's
that
good.
I brought this morning. I don't
Oh
know.
yeah,
the-
your home cooked breakfast
my
from
home cooked breakfast of Hardee's.
yes. Oh. Well, I was going through pictures today, and I found this my favorite picture of you.
I know. That was years ago.
Oh, but it looks like it
Oh.
could be just yesterday.
You know, I think it was the first.
Oh, it was our first.
Was it a kids fest or was it a
It was the-
vacation Bible school?
Oh, I don't know.
Or
We
was
had-
it just? Did we just have hot dogs out on the grill for a picnic, for a Bethel picnic? I can't remember.
But we had hot dogs, and Pastor Karen is grilling, and she was dressed in this brown outfit. And she knows I don't like her in brown, so she's probably why she wore it. And anyway, it just those hot dogs look so good.
Yes, they do.
That's what I had for supper last night. Was hot dogs. All right. I think we
Okay.
got that pretty well cleaned out.
Yes, you do.
All right. Now we'll just mix this in.
I'm gonna come around and take off those plastic lids so you can put it in the graham cracker crust. I'll scoot it over to you.
Oh, thank you. That's so nice of you.
So yeah, I'm not doing my
Your
other
good
stuff.
Well, I know. It was just that we've done so much Hawaiian stuff. I could have looked up history of pineapple.
I think I already told that. I think I did that when
Well,
we
with
did
the
the
spam.
spam thing.
The Spamalicious.
Spamalicious Day.
Oh, right. Now,
Okay. put that-
now this is
There's
pie
one.
number one.
Pie number one.
Ah,
Look at that. I don't know if the color's coming across to you, but it's kind of got a pinkish, I guess from the cherries that
Yeah.
when it gets mixed up in there. And I'm telling you, the consistency is just so good.
makes you want to take a spoon
You,
and eat it.
you could eat a bowl full of it before it even got frozen in a pie, I think. Yummy.
Now I'm gonna
delicious.
start the other one to make sure I
Okay,
fill these up evenly.
evenly.
Because I don't wanna take home less than you.
Oh, wow.
I'll tell you, this is really, I mean,
I've got to say, and like you said, it's got what, 6, 7 ingredients?
yeah,
That's what it is, and you can tell. You know how you can tell stuff just looks like it tastes good before it's even.
you know, it even smells, I mean, I
Yeah.
know you think, how can you smell, well, the pineapple, oh,
Yes. And you know, how can anything with condensed milk in it be bad?
I don't think that's a possibility
I
at
don't
all.
either. I think it's.
I think it's just decadent.
Yes.
Get off of there.
So anyway, as I look at the screen, and of course don't see the live
Oh.
comments, I'm just gonna say, hi, everybody. Start typing in your comments just like you would after getting a Facebook or your Facebook, and you can make comments, and I'll comment back, and it'll just be a stream of comments.
Now, keep in mind, you don't type as fast as you talk.
Well, what if I use the Siri thing?
Siri,
Could I talk my comment
talk
back?
your way out of trouble? I doubt it. You know, somehow I'm thinking that could be dangerous.
That could be.
I
Yes.
don't know that you should try calling me at the hospital to ask me how to do something.
Well, if I called you, you would either be still in recovery and you would answer in strange,
You mean
you know,
stranger than I usually do.
stranger than normal, and I wouldn't take the chance to do that. However, I'm hoping that by the time we show this, that your
Well, since I don't know.
procedure is over, but
Well,
you
since
still
I
don't
don't
know
know-
the time.
I still don't know the time,
Yes.
so I find that out. Well, that's if I don't have, I have to do a COVID test, you know.
Oh, okay.
So-
Well, I understand that. They do
So
that.
hopefully, you know, I don't have that, because if I do have, then you'll have to be quarantined. And we'd have to be quarantined together. Wouldn't that,
That would be
scary?
terrible.
Yes, it would be. You know, it could be the end of the world as we know
You
it.
licked your finger.
I know, it tasted
Okay.
really good.
I'm telling you, just so you won't scrape onto that. Okay, oh my goodness. Those look great.
Don't they look good?
Yes. Wow.
I mean, they really.
What a quick little recipe.
You want to lick the spatula?
Yeah, I do.
I thought you
I'm
did.
going to.
Okay, get over here.
Here's this. Do you want to put
I
the
know, I'm
lids
gonna
on?
put the lids on, but you gotta get over
Oh,
so they can.
so I gotta lick them? Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Tell them, how's it taste?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that good?
Uh-huh. Mmm. That is, that pineapple makes it great.
And the coconut, oh,
Mmm.
all the flavors together.
Mm-mm-mm.
You know, I remember when I was on Thanksgiving and I was making some brownies, and our officer from Indonesia
Yeah.
was sitting there, and I said, "Do you want to lick the spatula?" He had never done that before, and
See?
his wife, they
Cultures
taste.
have to show other cultures.
And I have to eat some of this too. And he was just, the pictures I have of him with his first experience of licking the beaters was like really fun.
Now, where are the frozen ones that we're gonna eat?
In the fryer.
In the fryer?
In the fryer.
Okay,
In
that
the
ought to be
freezer. The freezer.
That will be good.
Yes. So this recipe makes 2 like this, so it's the perfect time to share with a friend, which I will do. Okay. I'm gonna turn this around if you wanna get at the table,
Okay.
and I'll get a knife out for us to,
And, so what plates do you wanna use? The little plastic?
yeah, the little plastic ones are
Oh,
fine.
so cute. It's frozen.
And we'll get a couple forks out of our storage unit here. All right.
Got it.
Yeah, this is. Okay,
Okay, hand me the knife there.
there's the knife,
Thank you.
and then move it over so they can see you.
Oh, let me show
Now
you.
it's melted some because I put it in the freezer up here.
Look
So-
at that. And I'm cutting it.
Now I'm gonna wash my hands real quick because they are sticky.
Okay. Oh my goodness, that's so pretty looking. And then we get a plate. Let me get this. And look at that. There you go. How great is that? So you can see the cherries in the side. Isn't that cool? Okay. Let me put this on my plate. And then, since we didn't have a big history lesson, I am going to be sharing with you some history of Bethel. And I'll
You're
show
off
you
the
some
screen
pictures.
again.
I know, I'm taking this back
You're
here.
taking it back.
I'm putting it right here.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
You
Oh,
got
there.
your fork?
I gotta get my fork.
And
And I also need a paper towel. Do you need a paper towel?
Sure.
Let me take off my hat.
I'm gonna change the camera just a slight bit.
Okay, yeah, turn it over. Yeah, that's it, that's better.
Yeah. Oh, I tell you, it's so strange not having all of our friends with us
I
today.
know.
You know, kind of
It's
feel like
just-
we're
Oh,
lonely.
excuse me, I was going to remove my blouse earlier. That doesn't sound good. It's because there's a shirt on under this, and with my apron, it's gotten a little hot. So now,
Okay, well, you stripped.
I'm back.
I should have played a little stripper music. That would have gone good.
I didn't even think about why I was
Hey,
off
hey,
camera.
hey.
But oh, pray, chat, cook, and pray. I forget our mantra. Okay, gracious and loving God, we thank you again for this day. We thank you for all our friends that check in and see what we're doing for fun and food and a good time. We thank you for Marty, and I pray now that she will be safe during her procedure and that she feels better and comes back just as spry as she is right now. So just pour out your blessings on her, pour out your blessings on all those that are watching, and this food we use to your glory. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
All right. Okay, try some of this.
I am ready. I showed them the side of your thing, and the cherries were lined up just cool. Look on, I think it's this side. Look at that.
Mm.
Mmm.
Isn't that good?
Yes, it really is good.
It's just light. And
So one of them had coconut in it, and one of them doesn't use the coconut. But I do kind of like the coconut.
I like the coconut in there.
Mmm. Yes, it's very good. Oh, I didn't get us anything. You want something to drink? You want me to get you some water?
Yeah, that
You
part
can
is good.
entertain them eating while I get us
Oh,
water.
yes, I can entertain them. Well,
And I promise not to remove another piece of clothing.
well, at least do it on camera so I can be more entertained.
Oh. Well, you
This-
know, these cooking shows, they just get us all sweaty. Even though this wasn't anything that was cooking.
No, but it's kind of funny to be talking about last week's show that hasn't happened yet, but last week's show, it was kind of a hot
Right.
menu.
The one that we're filming tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. But it's really good.
Don't talk about it too soon.
So I'm hoping that they'll enjoy it.
Well, you've already sent out the recipe. on
I
that.
have. I'd
That's
already
the-
sent out the
That's the hamburger or slider, or what is it called?
Juicy Lucy.
Juicy Lucy sliders.
Yeah, well, it's good because Ethel and Lucy are going to be cooking it.
Oh,
Maybe I should have called it the Juicy Lucy Ethel.
Oh, I have no idea. That is so good.
Mm.
Yes, this one, you guys, is a keeper for desserts. You're gonna wanna
Oh.
make sure you put this, and we will, whenever we get around to a recipe book,
Well, we seem to get busy. I don't know.
really.
Hmm. At least when I addressed the envelopes today, I was only one little slight problem with them.
What?
Well, they're
Were
all
they
they're
upside
on-
down?
No, they're not upside down this
Okay.
time. However, apparently I can't spell the word road, and I spelled it R-P-A-D
For pot?
for the return address label. I decided, oh
I
well,
see.
forget it.
Yeah.
I thought the post office can't figure out if they need to return something. You know, and if you have bifocals and they're off a little bit, you don't notice.
Right.
Oh, I'm glad you like the pie.
It's really good.
Mm-hmm. You think Serge will like it?
And, oh yeah, because coconut is one of his faves. He loves coconut. But I just like it because it's got
It's just,
several flavors in it. I
Mhm.
mean, it's not bland,
no,
and
it's not overly sweet.
it's not overly sweet, even though you would think it is. It would be with the condensed milk and the Cool Whip and the cherries, but it's not. I think it's because of that 5 tablespoons of lemon juice.
Could be.
Being the connoisseur that I am,
Oh, absolutely.
you know. So-
Well, and I didn't give any big words to have to read
I
today.
know, I didn't have to talk French.
Well, Bob wasn't gonna be here and laugh at you, so why,
Well, you're here now. You
I
could have
know.
laughed at me while we taped,
well, I
which
know,
you do.
but what if I was in recovery and I was watching it on YouTube
Oh,
and
wow.
I started laughing? I might not feel so good then.
Oh, man.
Not that I ever laugh at our shows.
No,
But we now have a YouTube channel,
that is right.
and I have put a lot of our shows on the YouTube channel, and when I went back and looked at them, I realized how scary some of them are.
We are scary.
And the fact that they watch them is even scarier.
Well, hey, we're providing some type of service.
Well, I guess there's no reruns on ours, so that's why.
That's right.
Hmm.
Well, you all, one of the things, of course, this year is special well, there's so many reasons that it's special, but not necessarily in a good way. But it's special in a good way for Bethel because this is our 60th anniversary. So Marty today made pictures of very early Bethel times. And it's in this book. If any of you still have this book, Bethel United Church of Christ, it's blue. And this is even when the address was 4018 North Brighton,
Yes.
not 4900 Parvin
you know
Road.
why?
Tell us.
Okay. When I started coming to Bethel, which was in the 70s, the way we got here was turning on 42nd and North Brighton, going 1 block up, and then coming up to where the barricades are now in our parking lot, and we came in that way.
Okay.
But the deal was, there was a house that stood up here on this corner where we drive in now. There was a house there, and over on our side down the hill, where
Bethel Greencastle
is, Bethel Greencastle South, there was an old house there, and it was really creepy. And anyway, but the deal was that as soon as we could acquire that property, then we would make the drive-in this way.
The way it is
And
now.
and not come through the neighborhood.
Gotcha.
And then, of course, recently we figured out a way to block the neighborhood from driving through.
Or
our
people
farm.
from Parvin running
during-
through, going this way.
Right, going through in a shortcut.
Yeah, yeah. So there's always changes, there's always things that happen, but I'm gonna start with when you all first started meeting, when Bethel first started meeting, it was in Lakewood School. And it says in here, after 1 week postponement because of deep snow, 72 people worshiped together in blizzard conditions on February 28th, 1960 at Lakewood School. And this is where you all continued to meet until July 5th, 1964. And then you moved into the basement of the sanctuary. But that's when Bethel was worshiping at Lakewood School. I just want you to get a really good shot of that. Okay. And then, at that time too, our organist was none other than Liz Gavell.
Look how young she looks.
Look at that. That is just so cute. Liz Gavell, the organist. And is that an organ though? That's a piano, I think.
Yeah.
Because
but-
then it says in the book, assistant organist then was, wait till you see, Marianne Koch or Cook, and she was the assistant organist, and then later she was the choir director. Hi, Marianne, who is now Marianne Pearson.
And her and Hans were the second couple to be married at Bethel.
Isn't that neat? Who was the first couple?
Pam and Gary Pack.
Okay. And the first, now, they always use different words back a while back. The first consistory, which would actually be a council.
Hey, I want you to notice, it's all men.
I know.
All men in that group.
Here's the first consistory. And the only one, I don't think anyone in that picture is still here. I don't mean that perhaps they passed away. It's just that these people either have moved on or passed away. I'm trying to look at some of the names. Richard Gavell's in there. And I don't know of any others that.
That was,
Yeah.
that was Liz Gavell's husband.
Right. But that's the first consistory. And, you know, it's very important to have the people that lay the foundation for such a thing as a new church, because it is not easy to start a new church. In fact, this one will crack you up. This is the land. As you look down the hill, what you see right here is the shopping center that's across the street there on Brighton from Bethel Greencastle.
And
Bethel Greencastle is now built down here in this area. And I don't know who the people are that are walking.
No,
Maybe.
that's a horse.
No,
There's a
there's
horse.
people there too. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about the horse.
Well, I thought, the people are just normal.
Well, no, I
horses.
think it's probably the pastor's wife and one of their children is walking down there. But isn't that's part of our land? That is so cool. And here you have the first shovel of dirt being dug by the pastor's wife, and his name was Jim Cook, and what was hers? I can't remember. It's in there somewhere. But she's digging the first dirt to start the basement of the church.
You know, they just call her the pastor, Mrs. Cook.
Okay. And here we have the beginnings, we have the foundation and structure of Bethel. This is what it looked like. That's the basement now, or downstairs in the fellowship hall and the Sunday. That's not even the Sunday school area. That's just the fellowship hall, because the other section wasn't added until 1976. That included the Sunday school and the north room. So this is just the main structure as it was when it first opened, and that's the fellowship hall, and upstairs, of course, the sanctuary. Okay. And here we are. The church, the sanctuary is complete. And the way it looks like, the door you came in was either, it's at the back.
It was, the door we came in actually was, you know where the sign is, where it says Bethel? When I
Bethel,
came here,
yes.
That's where our entry door was.
That was your entry. This is the door that presently is at the front exit beside the stage. But there you go. That's Bethel's completed building in 1964. And here we have the Reverend and Mrs. Cook, laying the cornerstone. And that's one of the things I was asking in my letter last week. Does anyone know what all's in that cornerstone? Okay. And Here is a group of people meeting in the sanctuary before they had folding chairs for a long time before they had pews. And so this is before even the stained glass windows are in, and the altar isn't done yet. And you can see from this angle the space of that area that we have doubled now with our renovation. So that's amazing.
When you mentioned the church pews, do you know where our church pews came from?
I do not. Where did they come from?
At that time, it was the College of the Ozarks. They were made there.
Oh, how neat.
Yes.
That is great. That is great. So that's some pictures of Bethel's history. And I know a lot of you maybe hadn't heard any of that, and some of you it brings back great memories, because building a church is such an amazing, amazing thing.
Well, I wasn't here, obviously, when the church was built, because I'm way
Right.
too young for that.
Yes, yes. Uh-huh.
No, it was, but what was interesting, I was here for the mortgage burning. And I didn't realize that at that time, how momentous an occasion that was.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, now that I've experienced my time here at Bethel and the
Right.
commitments I've made
Right.
to the church, it's like, oh my gosh, that was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears that went into that.
Yes, it was.
And I can remember, I didn't know what we were doing, but, or why maybe, how important it was, but one of our church members so we could earn some money, because of course, a lot of times churches are stretched a little thin.
Strapped, yes. Yes.
And anyway, and it was Jewel Parr had lined up that we would stuff envelopes for a mailing, and we sat and just stuffed envelopes and stuff. I volunteered for that. I worked a shift work where I wasn't always available to be in church on a Sunday morning,
Right.
but yeah, we did. People did lots of things. I remember Vern mowing the church lawn a lot.
Oh, yes. Vern,
Once he retired.
well, Vern just retired from that a couple years
Yeah.
ago.
But when he retired from Ford, he just stepped up to the plate. I think he did it to get out of the house, probably.
Oh, now, Sandy, she's kidding. What
No, he just probably was so used to having something to do, and suddenly,
well, that could be. That
you
could
know,
be.
you can only do so much work around the house before you get tired of doing that.
But anyway, what the pastor wrote when the sanctuary, you met in the sanctuary on July 26, 1964. With smiling faces and most thankful hearts to God, a beautiful dream came true. We began worship in this sanctuary July 26, 1964. So after 4 years, basically, from the time the church started and the charter came on August 7th, 1960, from the time the charter came until the time the building was built, Bethel made do with meeting at the elementary school, started actually meeting sometimes in the parsonage, and there were weddings in the parsonage and all kinds of things. So it is such a meaningful thing to be part of a new church start, which is what Bethel was, a new mission church start. And the fortitude and perseverance it takes to build, from scratch, and know that everything's depending on you and with God's help. It's a very special thing. And to this day, I think Bethel has touched so many people's hearts that were part of it from the very beginning. Because I believe I said there were at least 2 families left that were in the original families
Yes.
that met in the parsonage. So I just thought you all might like seeing some of these pictures. I'm gonna probably put them out on the bulletin board, and even though we don't have traffic going through there, maybe we'll put them up on a board and set them outside at one of our outdoor services. But it's important to know our heritage. It's important to know what it took to become who we are today, and we always need to look back at the strength and fortitude of those first families and first members, that Bethel was everything to them. So we hope you enjoyed the pictures. We're gonna sign off now. And
are?
yes.
What, do you have
we're s-
work to do today or something?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Oh.
See, this is what I call
Oh.
fun, not work, but I love doing it. So we're gonna sign off with our song and our
Oh, I have to go get the
kazoos.
song. I have to get the
Oh
song.
yes. Well, maybe this time we'll remember how it goes.
Well, that would be interesting.
Cause the other
wouldn't
one we
it?
stopped.
Well, you know, it was.
We said
Monday.
them in too soon.
Okay, just
But-
a second.
It's been great. Just keep sending comments just like you would under any Facebook post. Here we go. And pray, oh, chat. Cook and pray, oh, chat. Cook and pray, oh, chat. Cook, pray, amen. Bye, you
Bye,
all. It was
y'all.
fun.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.